This is a 9 News live stream event.
Hello and welcome. This morning we're joined by the entire cast of Channel 9's Today Show, hopefully, who are here to answer your questions. We'll find out what really happens when the cameras aren't rolling, see what goes into why the studio goes into a mad panic just before 9 a.m. every morning, and we'll find out if Karl is leaving the Today Show, for 60 minutes, which he's not here at the moment. So
Yes,
hopefully,
please note.
maybe he's trying to avoid the question. Joining us is Lisa Wilkinson, hopefully Karl Stefanovic, Georgie Gardner, and Ben Fordham in the studio.
Morning.
And throughout the morning, we'll cross live to Richard Wilkins in the newsroom. Oh, he's made it. There he is. Hello, Dickie. We'll also go live to Stevie Jacobs on location in Sydney, and Richard Reid will be in our LA office live. Hello, Richard.
Oh, he's changed shirt. New shirt on. He's dropped the barcode shirt from this morning.
Oh, OK. Well, we are standing by ready to take your questions at facebook.com/iwakeupwithtoday or via Twitter using the hashtag 9stream. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Rob.
Obviously, a very tight getting from Studio 1 up here. We are missing Karl at the moment. You're still fiddling with
He's fiddling with my cables and I'm not happy.
No, my volume. Am I supposed to be hearing something in my ear?
Here you go, I'll turn you up.
It is
Yes, you are.
extraordinarily loud.
There we go. No, mine was 0, but I can now hear everything.
Oh, okay.
Look, we're just going to play with some knobs
We're
under
just
the
fiddling
desk.
with knobs
Yeah, I'm
here.
just fiddling
We
with
are
Lisa
fine.
under the desk.
Typical
and
day,
we'll-
really, on the
Where
Today
is
Show.
Karl? Where is Karl? I mean, we have our first 9
I know.
live stream, whatever it's called, event. It's extremely significant, and Stefanovic is missing in action.
He better bring a note. That's all I can say.
I
I'm
think
sure-
it's a gag. I reckon it's a setup.
Yeah, you reckon he's got something planned, Georgie?
Maybe he wants the grand entrance. We will find out as the morning progresses. Let's get into some questions. Alex Lekovic asks, and I'm sure you guys get this all the time, what time do you need to get up to be at the studio on time? Is this the number one question?
Number one with a bullet.
That and what time do you go to bed?
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
so what's the answer?
I get up at 3 o'clock and I watch the international news. I watch Sky News just to find out what's been going on overnight. And that's kind of my wake-up zone as well. You sort of sleepily work out what's been going on. And from there, about 3:15, I jump into the shower. Not that anybody needs to know that.
It's nice to know you're clean.
What time do you get out of the shower?
About 3:45.
Okay.
And
Georgie?
And do you open your eyes in the shower?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
I stretch it a bit longer, but I live a little bit closer, don't I?
Right.
Yeah.
I stretch it to about 3:30. Hideous.
Yes, it is. Alison Burke asks, how are you all so upbeat day after day when you have to get up so ridiculously early? Ben?
Mate, I don't know. I've only been on the Today Show team for a short period of time, but it's just fun.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference between going to work when you're not really enjoying what you're doing or going to work and, you know, I watched the Today Show and I wanted to be on the Today Show for ages. I used to say I'd say to Tommy Malone, the boss, I was like, mate, I want to get on. I want to get on somehow. And he said, what are you going to do? And I said, I'll do anything because it's a good vibe and it's a good
That's
fun.
a scary thing to say in television. You'll do anything.
Yeah, I would. And look, you get in there in the morning and we're all a bit quiet, I think, first of all, because everyone's realised it's 5:30 in the morning and we're here again.
Yeah.
And then within a couple of minutes, we all start chatting away and the coffee flows and then it's on for young and old.
Oh,
By that
so
stage-
enthusiastic.
Yeah.
It'll wear off.
No, it won't, Georgie. Not with you around. No.
It doesn't take long for us all to make each other laugh. And, you know, it's amazing how, you know, in the commercial breaks, one of us will duck out to go to the loo and we'll get a glimpse of what's going on in the outside world and come back with a report of, it's a beautiful day outside. It's just like we've got our own little cocoon happening in the studio.
Well, it's good to know. People have asked on Facebook and Twitter whether you go to the loo and all those kind of things during 3.5 hours of live television. So you find those little moments, do you?
Yeah, right about just after you've seen us have that slightly pained expression on our faces and then we don't anymore, that's the reason why, because we've managed to cover for each other and someone's gone out to the loo.
Right,
I
okay.
can shed a bit of light on the loo situation for you, Rob.
Not too much, please.
Because what happens is the Georgie or Lisa
Careful.
or
Georgie's
will
looking worried.
say, can you cut the mics? Can you cut the mics? I'm going to
Funny
the
that.
bathroom. Because this little thing on here, this microphone, would pick up certain noises in the bathroom.
That's right.
I'm not that shy, so I don't ask them to cut the mics because I think anyone kooky enough to want to listen to me doing that, good luck to them.
Well, fair enough. David Shiraz, you never know. It's good television. It'll make YouTube, that's for sure.
In the meantime, Karl's having a very extended loo break as we
Yes,
speak.
he is.
Well, we'll have to... Oh, I don't know that we want details. I've heard a rumour that Karl is here. Actually, here he is.
There
He's
he is.
finally made it.
He is.
Come on up, Karl. The empty chair would be yours, mate.
you got a note from your mum?
Well, some of us.
So you'll need a microphone.
Oh, really?
I've got a story this Sunday night on 60 Minutes.
I tell you what, let's go to
right
Stevie
there?
because while Karl
What's
gets
over
mic'd
here?
up, being an on-the-road weatherman certainly comes with its challenges, almost like hosting a live stream with the Today Show. Stevie Jacobs has faced floods and cyclones, but I'm sure nothing quite prepared him for this. Take a look. Hopefully. Nope, we don't have the clip there.
Who's a little bit excited.
You love it.
Let me go!
You love it.
I'm going to be mentally scarred.
He became an internet sensation after that encounter with that pelican and was featured on news shows all around the world, including the NBC Today Show. Stevie Jacobs joins us live from Sydney. Hello, Stevie. Was that one of your toughest moments on live television?
Yeah, there's definitely something about birds and myself that don't go well together. Whilst I've been on the Today Show, I've been attacked and bitten by an owl. I've been attacked by a giant black cockerel. I've had my butt bitten by penguins. And then I had my butt attacked by a pelican. The great thing about live TV is that you never, ever know what to expect. You just got to be prepared to be unprepared and go with the flow. And that's what I like so much about live TV. I always describe it as walking a tightrope without a net, and that's really where the adrenaline comes from in the morning, I think. And that's why everyone just loves live TV. That's why we all get on so well. It is because of that adrenaline and the coffee.
Well, Joanne Prett asks, what has been your highlight being on the show and what's your favourite place you've been to covering the weather?
Well, I think, oh, gee, that's a hard one because we've been to so many places. I mean,
Whatever.
I love going to any... Oh, great, you decided to grace us with your presence, Karl. Thank you very much.
Karl Stefanovic is in the building.
Just
been
to be
busy.
sarcastic. No, I tell you what, I love it when we do a lot of the outback trips, when you go to these small regional towns, and they might be towns of around 2,000 people, and yet the word goes out that the Today Show is on the way, and, you know, you'll rock up and 5,000 people will turn up. Okay, that might be a bit of an exaggeration. Maybe it's a 20-person town and 50 people will turn up. But anyway, you know what I mean. They get really excited. It's a big event when the Today Show comes into the outback area. So I'd have to say anywhere we go to the small regional towns are sensational. And also the next place we're about to go, I'm very excited about. We haven't made an announcement yet, so I may as well do it now. We are heading off to Rio on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
You are kidding.
For Carnival.
What sort of...
Jeez.
Hang on.
How come we didn't get that memo?
Yeah, it's a reward for all his hard work.
Well, I'm glad, Stevie, you made that announcement exclusively on our live stream. Not quite television, but, you know, he knows the importance of it, unlike some. Finally, Stevie, what's involved in a location cross like the one you're doing now?
Like in Rio.
Okay, well, it's just magic, basically, Rob. But we do have a team, normally of around about 6 people. Now, we've got Sammy, who's our cameraman most of the time. He's like a dentist. We can't show you his face, mainly because he's also wanted in 6 states. Sammy, give us a bit of a wave, Sammy. Give us a bit of a wave. Okay, let's take the camera off the stick, Sam. We'll take a little look around. Now, normally there's myself. You've got
Good
the
arms.
cameraman, Sammy. Now,
That's very glamorous, isn't it, for some?
now, this is our link truck guy, Timmy, up here. Now, Timmy is looking very busy this morning, holding a scrim, and that's basically so the sun doesn't get on me and blow out the picture. For some reason, he's also wearing gloves. And, Tim, can you tell us why you have that cable wrapped around you?
Just my tactical gear, just in case you've got to be ready for anything.
Right, yeah, tactical gear, I like that. Very good. And now, over here, we've also got our audio op who travels with us. Now, this is Michael, who's got his sound gear. Michael likes to refer to himself as the best-looking soundie in television.
Yeah.
Sure, that may be the case, but girls, if you're interested, he's off the market, and he still has a problem with bedwetting, so I wouldn't go there anyway. Michael, tell us about your equipment. What's this?
I found it in the car. I don't
As you can see, it's a very professional setup. Now, come on over here. The camera is actually cabled over to our truck over here. Now, it's a very big day because we're using an orange cable today instead of a green cable. And that's pretty much as technical as I can get. But the whole idea of this satellite, this link truck here, is that you plug the orange cable into the tribulating oscillator box there. And that sends a signal up the mast, which you can see on top of the truck. Now, Tim has to get that up every morning, which is the hardest part of his job, particularly when it's cold and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. But that little dish up there,
Poor Tim.
at the moment, is now pointed over to Centrepoint Tower in Sydney, and that's one of around about 5 receiving stations around the city of Sydney. From there, that signal goes back to Channel 9 and then goes out to your televisions. Now, very important at the end of the morning that this mast comes down. A couple of people at Channel 9 Christmas parties have forgotten to do that and taken the truck with the mast up through a McDonald's drive-through. So if you do see any of this technical equipment on top of Grimace or the Hamburglar at any McDonald's stores around the country, please phone Channel 9. Now, if we are in the city, this is what we use. Actually, come in, we'll show you in the back here. Tim, come on over here. These are some of the buttons. Can you tell us what these buttons do?
These pretty much just put you to air. Once that cable's plugged in, you press all the buttons and give one a press. You can see what it does.
And you wonder how we get pictures to air, Karl and Lisa. And that's what you call the magic of television. Well, that's how it all happens behind the camera. On camera, well...
It's magic.
That's just magic. Can't give that away.
Thank you, Stevie.
Let me just press a button, though.
Oh, hey.
Oh, there he goes.
Well, that was Stevie. Thank you. Don't forget, it's not too late to ask the guys here a question. Go to facebook.com/iwakeupwithtoday or use the hashtag 9stream on Twitter. Now, someone who has already posted on our Facebook page is Drew Pearson. He says, I am the creator of the popular YouTube videos Today's Show Funny Bits. I thought you'd like this, Lisa. It all started back in late 2008 when I found something very funny on the show and thought I would upload it to YouTube to see if anyone else found it funny. 2 years later, I've reached video number 13 and I'm still asked all the time to put up a new one. Anyway, my question is, have you seen them? Do you like them?
Oh, we love them, Drew. We've often wondered who it was doing it. We thought maybe it was somebody here that worked on the show.
But then they're far too good. They're just amazing quality.
They are so much fun. We actually forget, when you're doing 3.5 hours a day, 17.5 hours a week, you know, mostly 52 weeks a year, we actually forget what we've had fun doing. So, Drew, thank you so much. We laugh at them ourselves. We can't believe what complete dags we are on national television.
Well, Drew is also...
That bit there, that meerkat, right? Now, Georgie Gardner's got a story about the meerkat impersonation.
I have. I was out with my little boy the other day and we bumped into Karl coincidentally, and Karl...
Who's not your stalker.
We went on this occasion. And Angus said, hi, Karl, I watch you on the TV. I should mention Angus was about 3.5 at the time. I watch you on television. And I said, yeah, he's funny, isn't he? And he said, I loved it when you were a meerkat. Now, you'd completely forgotten that, but there you go.
Yeah.
That's ended up on the Today Show Funny
It's out
Bits.
there, mate.
Like, it's big with kids.
Yeah.
Like, and I used to be a correspondent.
Now you're known as
and now
a
I'm a
meerkat.
meerkat.
You're a legend now.
And speaking of animals, I hear you have a good relationship with Alan.
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 That's funny. Like, those videos are funny. Like, some of the best stuff and most original stuff these days, this is how much TV has changed.
Absolutely.
Is coming from you at home and you in front of your computer. Like, that's just funny. Like, someone's done that, obviously, and thought, how good would this be? Now, whether they were in the back of the Scooby wagon at the time or not, I'm not sure. But whatever they did, like, it's just funny. It's funny television, and it goes straight out to us, and we're, you know, everyone always said, oh, well, you know, what's going to happen to free-to-air television with everything fracturing? Well, you know what, our audience has gone up. You know, and it's because we're a centre of all these mediums now, and we get the best of each medium and get it to air. But that's stuff that people are coming up with at home, and that it was Drew that's done.
Who also did the vote for Karl.
Oh, he did that as well.
Wow.
Go onto YouTube. There's
Drew's
a very
got it.
funny video.
Is
Vote
there?
for Karl. You haven't seen it.
I
yet.
haven't seen
I
that.
mentioned it to you the other day.
Sounds like Drew's got a man crush.
Wow.
I think so.
Quietly. But I reckon
Might
the
have
funny
to get him to do
videos.
this thing.
Yeah, the
With
Today Show, that's the new
Yeah.
symbol.
Yeah.
But I reckon the funny videos in the morning, I think people are just looking for a laugh
Yeah.
when you wake up. When you first
Absolutely.
wake up
So.
and you get to, you get the yawn out of the way, and then what are you looking for? You're just looking for a little giggle to get the show underway,
Well, it's a
the
mixture,
day
isn't
underway.
it? It's a mixture of the news and the information plus a bit of a laugh along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when it's on, it's on. Like, when the news is happening, well, I mean, we're all journalists, every single one of us. So when that's happening, we cover that side of things. But, for the most part, we just really want people to enjoy themselves
Yeah.
and to give them something they may not be getting necessarily in their morning lives. We know how hard it is, trying to get out the door, at quarter
right.
past 3 with no one up is hard. Let alone all the kids and everyone.
And that is the challenge, because we understand that you're making breakfast for the kids, you're trying to get them on the bus, you've got to get dressed yourselves, you've got to iron someone's shirt, and our challenge is to maybe get you to stop for 30 seconds or 45 and just
Or preferably
see what's
3.5
going-
hours.
That would be good.
Now, look, the questions keep coming through. And Amanda Howard actually asked, Georgie, do you get to pre-read the scripts? With the obscure names and places and people, do you get to pre-air run through for correct pronunciation?
Well, you'd notice that I quite often scramble them. So.
Well, I was about to say I just did the exact same thing, so obviously I haven't.
In answer to your question, yes. So who's this? Amanda.
Amanda.
I do. Am I looking at the... Where am I looking?
Yes, you're...
There. I do, and I'm quite involved in the writing as well, because I like to have scripts that are in tune with how I speak. So the producer and I have a chat every morning before the show begins, and we discuss content, and I then get in and will often make changes just to make it more, I guess, comfortable for my delivery. And in answer to your question about pronunciations, yeah, sometimes it is a guess, and I often get it wrong, but we make all the attempts that we can at that hour of the morning to get it right.
And
checking international feeds primarily.
OK. Lisa, we've had a question from One Step Too Far. How hard is it to control Karl? Is it like having a kid on red cordial?
Look, I'm probably the wrong person to ask, because we have so much fun in the morning that, I don't even try and control him at all. Do you ever feel like I put the reins on you?
No.
Do you
it's not
mean
at
you
all.
could do more?
No, I don't think so. I think that you're perfectly in control. Well, you'll notice one thing. I'll just tell you this: when I've done something that has may have gone too far, Lisa will go like this. So she sits over there and she'll go, "Ooh, how's that going to go down? I wonder if I'm going to be able to get out of this okay."
Yeah, not involved. It's a really good thing to do, the look away.
I told you about a taxi driver I had in Canberra, I told both of you, around election time, who said to me that he had said to his wife, "Why can't you be more like Lisa?" Because he says, when Karl says something stupid or outrageous, he said, you watch Lisa, doesn't ever pull him into line. So he said, whenever I'm saying stupid and outrageous things around the house, my missus has always hit me over the back of the head. And he said, why can't you be a bit more like Lisa? Just let it go, let it flow.
Yeah.
And I think that's nice that you,
Do you hit him
let him go.
in the head when we go to break?
He's never, ever done anything stupid or outrageous, ever, that I can think of. But I
One
did say
immediately springs to mind.
do remember that I said earlier that I mostly can't remember what we've done on the show.
That's a nice get out of
exactly
jail.
right.
Now, imagine a life where you travel the world, hang out with celebrities and work in television. Well, Richard Wilkins lives that very life. But is it everything we dream it to be? Let's find out from the man himself as Richard Wilkins beams in, well, all the way from the newsroom.
Richard Wilkins, ladies and gentlemen.
He's beaming all the way from the newsroom, which just happens to be on the other side of this wall. So, Richard, you've just got back from the Academy Awards. Is your life everything it's cracked up to be?
Look, first, I just want to check we got that Drew guy's details and find out whether he's got good legal representation. He's got a lot to answer for, but it is great to see the funny bits that he does. Look, is it all it's cracked up to be? I love my job. The thing I love about what I do is that no 2 days have ever been the same. Every day has challenges. Every day throws up new opportunities. And, I started out training to be a school teacher. And see, how do you know you're going to wake up in the morning and meet Amy Adams or Russell Brand or these people? Shooting the breeze on the red carpet is one of the most exciting things you can do, because you just don't know who's going to turn up. Jeremy Renner there, Nicole and Keith. I mean, that's one of those gigs, the Oscars, that the more often you do it, the sort of easier it gets, because the publicists who are all important there get to know you. Look at Huey, his eyes cleared up well. They're just to give Matthew.
From a big night.
Sandra Bullock, man, what a year she's had. And don't ever knock my hair, do. Look at that bloke.
Well, it looks like you had a lot of fun. TaylorMade Shell asks, what was your all-time 80s band or song and why?
What was my all-time, apart from my own material, of course.
Of course.
Oh, look, I'd have to be pretty loyal and say maybe a Dragon song. Are you old enough? April Sun in Cuba. Maybe computer games from my sex. I don't know, so many. Split Ends. You know, I grew up in New Zealand, and those were the songs that made me really sort of want to get into the music business. But I couldn't pick one. There were just too many, way too many.
All good bands, but nothing like the one you just mentioned. Let's have a look at you in action.
Oh.
We are young, who wants to be young, needs to be young.
And we've got a bit of a montage of hairstyles of Richard Wilkins through the 80s.
Great hair.
Aren't they just?
Look at it. It's like fur.
What's it like looking back at that?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
Jason.
Jason Donovan, look that one.
See, Mick
oh
can't
man.
even compete.
Hey, Dickie, Margaret Schlocker wants to know, Georgie, how would you say that?
No, you did it beautifully, Rob.
Yeah, thanks. I just made it up. Wants to know, who is your favourite and least favourite star? And she says, you are the best movie critic ever.
Hear, hear.
Oh, well, that's very sweet. Gee, it's turned into a bit of a carve-up, but you almost redeemed yourself there, Robert. Thank you. I love going to the movies. I love talking about them. And, you know, I love the shockers and I love the absolute rippers. So it's, again, you never know what's around the corner.
Well, your life looks glamorous, but we do know how hard you work. Lots of hours flying and up late, early morning. So you do a great job, mate. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you very much, Linesman Ball Boys. See you later.
Cheers, Dickie.
Please note he completely avoided the least favourite star.
I know, I let him get away with it.
He's a diplomat, Richard. That's the key to survival.
He is such a gentleman. You guys were talking about this morning during an ad break, saying, and Dickie wasn't there, Georgie and Lisa were just saying, he is so nice to everyone to deal with. And a lot of people, I think, see Dickie just doing the entertainment stuff and they don't realise possibly, you know, how talented he is at everything he does. He is a freak.
Another thing people might not know about Dickie is he is a brilliant impersonator. He does accents like no one else, doesn't he?
Really?
Oh, he often has us in stitches in the commercial breaks with takeoffs. He's
And
really
he
good.
also has very, very large hands. He has fingers like English sausages. Look at that.
Big fingers, big gloves, Carl, you know that.
Get a little wink. Hey? I felt like I was at a bar.
And you couldn't resist those charms. Anyway, we've got some great questions coming into us at facebook.com/iwakeupwithtoday. And if you're on Twitter, don't forget to use the hashtag 9stream. Now,
we should do this every day.
Yeah, it's got a good feel about it.
4 hours.
Yeah. 3.5's
And
clearly
in
not
fact,
enough.
I think this set's bigger than ours.
Well, actually, we'll get to that in a bit to see how that all works with Kerry Ann. Now, moving on, Lin King asks, do you find it hard when there's breaking news and how do you deal with it when it's so bad and upsetting?
I think that depends on what it is, first of all, but I think that the primary thing is to establish that it's credible, it's from a credible source, and then you've got to be careful with the way that you do report it, so minimal, you know, you're not trying to ad-lib too much, you're not trying to invent anything, you're just trying to give people the facts about what's happening and what you know of what's happening and what's being reported. The hard thing, I reckon, more than anything else these days, is that more and more stuff is coming out of, you know, those gossip websites that's accurate, like your TMZs and whatnot, that are actually breaking entertainment news now that is accurate, whereas before you would have gone, well, hang on a second, that's not real. So that's very difficult, I reckon, because it is, you know, news these days does branch into that territory more and more. And I just think that, you know, there's a need to be careful about breaking news.
Do you remember the morning that Michael Jackson died and the news first came through at about 10 to 7 from memory, and Richard had his normal entertainment segment that was just about to happen, and with just seconds to go I was trying to get Richard's involvement in something that we were about to do, and his focus was absolutely on what he was about to deliver. and we ended up just going commercial free until midday that day.
And I think that day Dickie did kill Jeff Goldblum.
It was that day.
Accidentally.
That was the day.
It was manslaughter. It was manslaughter. It was not murder.
But let's be honest, mistakes can happen.
Well,
live
it's
television.
TMZ
And,
that originally was the first one to report the fact that Michael Jackson had been taken to hospital, and very quickly after that they were reporting that he had died. Now, we were very careful about the time that we took before we got verification on that. But in that mood of breaking news coming in the celebrity arena, we were getting lots of emails from people saying they're reporting in New Zealand that Jeff Goldblum has died during the filming of a movie over there. And we'd had so many of them. And look, you know, mistakes happen, as it turns out.
but then you correct, and you know, you move on. And
Something
you know
like that
what's
is
out there.
different to, say, for example, you know, floods in Queensland, where again it goes back to for everyone wanting to know how this happens. Like you have established contacts, you have people in government as well as emergency services who you rely upon for giving you the latest information. And I think that that really the medium during that time is so crucial to delivering people in those areas the latest information. So that part of it, I think, is the most important thing of what we do.
Okay, just quickly, what is the story? Helen Kay asks, what is the story you have covered that you will never ever forget?
There are so many. I mean, September 11's right up there, obviously.
Of course.
There are so many, aren't there?
How does it affect you when you're delivering that kind of news? To get back to the question that was asked earlier, we talked about how the mechanics of it breaking, but how does it affect you when you're delivering this news to the nation for the first time?
Well, I mean, there are obviously stories that are very upsetting and tragic. And I, for one, since I've become a mother, anything to do with children and child abuse, or, you know, obviously there's some horrific stories out there. The one that comes to mind recently is the whole Zara Baker story in the United States. When a child is, you know, not only ends its life, but ends its life in such a barbaric, brutal way. It's incredibly upsetting. And I think, though, that is part of one's role, to obviously get the information, disseminate the information as clearly and accurately as you can. But, you know, how can you not do it without showing some sort of emotion? And we're all, you know, living, breathing, feeling people, and, you know, most of us are parents, and which, you know, not to say that you can't have feelings when you're not a parent, but I guess
But
it just becomes...
a story like that as a parent really does affect you.
They're hard, and there are days when we all, you know, go to a commercial break and take a deep breath and look at each other and just go, wow, that's tough. But it's also our duty, and we're trained to do that. That's part of the gig.
Yeah.
I was on radio the other day when the earthquake had happened, and when I went on air, the death toll was 1, and then it went to 17, and then I took an ad break, and then I looked down at I had a live stream, funnily enough, thing from TVNZ in New Zealand, watching constant updates, and it said the death toll 65. And I had to refresh the page again and check it, and I went, and I found it really hard to go on and to say, because I just said it was 17. I found that really hard to say.
That jump was huge.
Hang on a moment, I mean, we all knew it was going to go high, but to say that, I found that really hard to say.
Yeah.
But you also spoke to someone who I was listening. You spoke to someone who was under their desk on a phone.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the most extraordinary radio. Yeah. And that happens sometimes on television where, you know, anything live creates moments that you will never ever forget, and I'll never ever forget that.
And people also look at some things. I notice sometimes you guys will be doing things live on Today, and you can ask the most innocent question, like, how are you? And people will really get upset and offended by that question, because they're saying, hang on a moment, how could you say, how are you? This is someone who's just had their house burned down. Or this is But as a human being, it's just natural for you to say, I hope you're okay. And sometimes people misread things and go, how could they be okay? They've just had this happen or that happen. So delicate balance, particularly for these two, and for Georgie, because of reading the news, that the content is so often so confronting.
You're making judgment calls all the time.
Absolutely. Well, we do have a change of pace now. Let's be honest with each other. Most of us would have to admit to loving a bit of Hollywood goss. It's like the show. Bit of breaking news, hard stories, bit of gossip. And there's no one who digs the dirt like our very own Richard Reid, who is live on the line, live from La La Land. Hello, Richard.
That's his
Hi,
confetti
guys.
Good shirt.
Now, Richard,
Oh, my gosh.
Obviously, your job is to get the celebrity scoops, which has prompted this question from a good friend of ours, Mulk's TV Talk. He says sources are a closely guarded secret, understandably. How do you go about building a list of sources and maintaining them?
Oh, well, that is a good one, and I will tell you this. While I'm only in my early 20s, I've been in this business probably about 15, 20 years. And, before I worked for the Today Show and for Channel 9, I was at Entertainment Tonight, the E! Channel. I was a Hollywood reporter, worked at Access Hollywood, and I love myself some grubby paparazzi. So you just really, a smile and a couple of bucks goes a long way when you want to get those stories, and when I'm not on TV or on the radio, I am on this and on this. It's constant. Been woken up in the middle of the night many a times by something other than a booty call. That's for sure.
Definitely wasn't that.
It wasn't that.
Moving on, Michelle wants to know, where do you get your amazing shirts from?
Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. You know what? Most of my shirts, I'd say 99%, are from this wonderful man on the Gold Coast, David Smith. I met him one time. We were up there filming Domestic Blitz, and I was at, I think, Surfer's Paradise. And this man came up and handed me a purple paisley shirt. And I was like, oh, thanks, and tossed it in the back of the car. A couple months later, I had nothing else to wear, and I wore it. And Lisa Wilkinson was like, oh my gosh, I love that shirt. And I was like, really? It's a back closet special. And from then on, I started wearing them, and we have a wonderful relationship now. So they're from the Gold Coast, and I absolutely love them. I mean, we're in a visual medium, and I love a bit of color, and I just think it really pops. So I love it.
Well, Richard Reid, thank you very much. We appreciate you beaming in all the way from La La Land, so thank you very much for joining us today.
Love you, Richard.
Oh, you got it. My pleasure. Bye, guys.
See you, Richard.
Just up the road from that LA studio is the best beef burritos you're ever likely to get in your life.
What's the name of
The
that
Baja
place?
Fresh. Richard Reid knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I love my burrito. I'm on a non-Baja Fresh diet. Oh my gosh, those things are so good, Carlos.
I know. Sorry.
Nice to know where you're eating. If you're ever in LA when Karl's there, you know where to stalk him. Brendan James has asked, who creates your graphics and how do they work them through the show? Well, Richard Wilkins is beaming back from inside the control room. Are you there, Dickie?
I am indeed. I should point out that the other shirts that Richard Reid gets, he gets from his nana's curtains, I think. But that's not good. Hey, listen, I just thought I'd show you around over here. This is my little office, which is home to me. I recently moved, so there's a bit of stuff lying around here. Some great albums that you'll find sitting around. But I thought you'd might like to have a look around. This is some of the hard-working team. Mike Dalton, ace reporter there. Morning, Mickey. This is where Karl's office is. In fact, this is Stevie Jacobs fan club over here. But Karl, you've got Karl's. Gee, I hope this is all okay, Carlos. Is it? There's a bit of. Oh, gee whiz. Yeah, no, sorry. A bit of. There's some dodgy stuff around here, mate. But this is where Karl comes to work and sits down and goes through his daily batch of free stuff that arrives and wheels it down there into the boot of the car. More hard-working staff. And, of course, this is Georgie and Lisa's office in here. Let's pop in here. This is neat and tidy, as you would expect from the girls. And how about that for a cover, huh?
Hey, super puzzler.
Nothing wrong.
Yeah. Star
That's
and
a little
roll,
look.
that one.
A little look behind the scenes. And, of course, Tommy Malone, our boss, is.
Are we allowed
this
to
used
show
to be
his
my
face on
office.
television?
Yeah, show Tommy.
Yes.
This used to be my office here, but they're now turning it into a jacuzzi for Tommy, I think. Some of the staff here just planning the lunch orders already, and there's Tommy in there, you see?
Now that's a live stream exclusive.
There you go.
Well,
That's it from me.
I think he's watching the live stream.
How 80s are those headphones? I'm in trouble.
Well, Dickie, thank you for the tour. Ask a question about graphics. Dickie gives us a tour. So
Honestly, you could ask us all about that. We wouldn't know.
There are people much cleverer
we'll
than us.
get back to the tour. We'll get back to the graphics hopefully in a bit. Hey, Alexandra wants to know, what piece of advice can you give to journalism students who want to break into the industry? This is a question we get. We get a lot of
experience.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I started a degree in journalism, and on the same day that I started the degree, I started work experience at Channel 10 in Brisbane and did it for three and a half years. And, you know, it works out that after a while, they just, you know, there's often, you know, too few journalists around, so you end up doing interviews, you know, writing scripts, and along with everything that happens in the course of your uni life, you know, the stuff that you learn on the ground in television stations, in radio and in newspapers is the stuff that you're really going to use when you get out into the work environment. I don't mean to say that the university degrees aren't you know, perfectly good. I mean, they're great, but these things that you get, this experience you get on the ground doing work experience is the thing that will set you up for a work environment.
And can I just say, be prepared to go rural, you know, be prepared to go to the small country towns, the small radio stations where you really get to be, you know, you start as the dog's body, you get to do everything, but it's just the most invaluable experience. And, you know, it's where you start your contacts book and just get that on the road, real, hands-on experience.
So that's not just for on-air people, that's behind the scenes as
Absolutely.
well. I started at Prime TV in Wollongong, did tapes, ended up directing news.
Mate, Wollongong's a city.
Well, then Canberra. Well, I suppose it's as regional as I want to get.
And if every boss wants people working for them who are talented and are working hard, and the more you do that, you know, every boss is going to reward that by giving you more work and more responsibility, and you'll just find very quickly, if you're the one that's always putting up their hand, you're the one that's going to get rewarded.
Absolutely.
Rob, true story, very quick one. I once had a work experience boy, and his name was Tom Malone. And he is the bloke with those 80s headphones you saw before who is now my boss. And this is a true story. My dad once said to me, treat work experience kids well because there's a chance one day they will be your boss. Tommy Malone was on work experience with me. And then I remember a year later, a guy from 2UE called Greg Burns called me, a mate of mine, and said, that little Tommy bloke, Tommy, your mate Tommy, what's his number? And the next thing, Tommy started working at 2UE. He then came to Channel 9. He's now my boss on the Today Show.
Fantastic.
There you go. I love you, Tommy.
We are running out of time. We're on a very tight schedule today. So let's quickly answer Brendan James's question. I'll just pop into the control room.
Where are you going?
I'm going for a walk. Come this way. This is the back of Studio 3. And Brendan wanted to know about the graphics. Well, they're created over here by these talented guys who use machines like Viz to create all those 3D type graphics we see. But here in the control room, as we come through the newsroom, is our control room team who put our graphics to air. So we've got Tamara here, and how do we get the graphics to air? What do we use?
Well, basically we have the EMPS system, which is the rundown, and then the reporters and the producers put the supers in via these templates, and then we download them to the Viz, which is a character generator, and then we're able to put supers to line just like that.
Fantastic. A little super for yourself. We love that. And so you create, I can see here you create two-way boxes and all those kind of things.
That's all done automated as well with the templates. They're fantastic, saves us a lot of time. And then we actually have two Vizes, so we can do a full frame on one Viz and lower frames on another, so we can keep busy.
Oh, terrific. And Danny, you can put them to where, like, we can see what's going on in the studio, see if Karl's paying attention.
Yes, I can. Well, I've got some boxes here, so I can see what we're doing, so I can put that online. Then you can see there.
Oh, there he is.
Sit up straight,
I can cut to cameras in there. So usually, this is a vision desk.
Yep.
So all the sources from the cameras, the video, the tape machines, and the graphics all come into here, and we can switch between them from here and to whatever's going to air on that main monitor, which is us at the moment. So if I cut to the boxes there, you can see that's us in the little box, and in the big box is the studio, so I can cut to Karl doing some more texting.
Yes.
And,
hard to get him on time, hard to get his attention. We are very quickly running out of time. We've got the producers back here and I can feel their eyes burning. They have been taking all your questions this morning as they've been coming through. Do we have any more? Look, we've had a question from Maddie Roberts who asks, how do you manage to move around the set with Kerry Ann starting straight after the show in the same studio? Guys, this is one of the interesting things about what you do and the mad panic I talked about at 20 to 9. What happens when we go into Kerry Ann? How does the changeover work?
Well, you're seeing it right now, Rob. Our set gets...
That's Lisa's personal assistant.
How good are they? How good looking are they? The set basically gets dismantled very quickly. We head over to what we call the the soft set, which is where the lounges are.
Which is about 2 or 3 metres away.
That's right. And then about 1.5 metres from that is the big plasma screen and the kitchen as well. So we've still got use of that area there. These very talented guys take everything out, and in comes the backdrop for Kerry Ann. And it's a bit mad. It's it's very mad if a guest happens to be in that next segment.
And Lisa requests every morning that they do it with their shirts off, but they're still wearing their shirts.
Some mornings are better than others, Ben. You know that.
But how good are our crew? We've got the best crew. Really great guys and camera operators, and as people would know, so many people behind the scenes that.
Well, that's why I thought it was interesting to take that, Karl. We promised we would ask this question. So many people are asking, are you leaving today for 60 Minutes?
Well, the short answer to that is that no, I'm not going to be doing that.
So you'll continue to do both?
I'm continuing to do both, which is great. And I've got a great story this weekend.
Sorry, that's all the time we have. Well, that brings us to the end of this live stream event. Our thanks to Karl, Lisa, Georgie, Ben, Stevie and the two Richards for their time. And a big thanks to the production team of Today for making, and all of our crew for making this happen. Don't forget, you can follow us at facebook.com/IWakeUpWithToday. And if you'd like to see more behind-the-scenes videos, pay a visit to youtube.com/9newsaustralia. And we will see you next time for another live stream event.
Welcome back. Well done. That was good.
This has been a 9 News live stream event.
Fun, insightful interviews from a washed-up producer with nothing to lose.